Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? My name is The Pharaoh. We are back on the bike. Happy to be back on the bike. Finally just said, I need to get back on my bike. There you go. All's good in the hood. No, calendar. Huh. Let's see here. Yeah, I can just... We're gonna... Okay, you can't use keys. That would be really nice if you can use keys, Woosh. So, I basically got about 2 weeks, 1 week off of my schedule. I was gonna start last week, but then I realized, oh, hey, I am freaking going to Florida. So, yeah, that completely messed up everything. All right, so we're going to go plans, discipline specific. We're going to go triathlon. Going to go base. Oh, that's how you do it. Here, select triathlon, rebase, add to calendar. Okay, there you go. Now we're gonna load workout. Okay, so I need to try and see if I do the unsubscribe. How that works. I don't remember doing Belgium. Let's see here. We'll do Brussels Town Square. Boom. Oh, wow, that's actually really nice. My Spotify actually did the thing. And I do need to change my Team Noon. Pretty bad. Alright, here we go. Brussels Town Square. If it'll load. Maybe. Alright, while that's loading, I'm going to get my water. Allow access. I don't care. It's a free workout. I don't care. As they say, I am back in the saddle, and we are rolling. Got my shoes all cleaned out from my last 2 races. So, if any of you might be watching this and you're a longtime fan of the channel, you know that I do triathlon races. And I do mostly sprints and Olympics. So I have done 2 sprints this year, one a reverse sprint, one a standard sprint. So I did Los Alamitos Race the Base, which this is a small race I found back in 2020, and I did it and I loved it. But I had 2 flat tires on the course, and I fell I crashed, not hard, but I skidded out and got a good couple of road rashes on my right side. But I still finished the race, and I was like the fastest swimmer. And so anyway, that was 4 years ago. Finally brought back the race this year, and had a good time. Had a good run leg. Kind of screwed up on the run though. Had an oopsies. But kind of got misguided by one of the volunteers. But wound up getting back on course. Got everything back under control. Yeah, let's get back into a more manageable gear. So this year, went good, and I still had the fastest swim by about 20 seconds for a 200, which for a 200 meter, that's well over half a pool length. Was top in my age group. I think I was top 15 overall. But, yeah. No, I think I was top... No, I think I was top 15. But, So yeah, it was a good time. Then about a month later, I had Bayshore Sprint, which that's always a good time. I love Bayshore. It's one of my favorite courses to do. Well, I do have a nostalgia factor. Bayshore is located in Long Beach, and it's about a mile away from where I swam all my big swimming races as a kid. So yeah, I love racing there because it kind of reminds me of racing down in that area as a kid. So it's a good time. I really like it. So I was first out of the water, second out of transition, and then I screwed up the bike. I totally screwed it up. I blew past the turnaround point. To my defense, it wasn't well marked, but to their defense, they gave us the map, and I should have remembered it was that parking lot. I was just afraid of, with no official markings, if I turned around, if it wasn't exactly the right place, if I was going to get dinged. I mean, it's not like a hardcore race. This is billed as a entry sprint triathlon. So, but I goofed. I think I dropped at least 20 places because of it. Because I gained 5 places back during the course of the rest of the bike. And then I didn't lose any more places on the run. And I wound up about 15th overall. So, I could have been higher. I could have probably been top 10. If I didn't screw that up. But whatever. it was a fun race. I pushed myself pretty hard on it. And then I went to a snack bar for 3 hours, which was just glorious. So yeah, so those are my 2 races. And then I had a 5K last Monday. So last week was when I was supposed to start everything. But then I realized, oh shoot, we're doing a 5K for Memorial Day. This is a small race in my town that a buddy of mine puts on, and he puts it on as a big fundraiser for the local school district. Excuse me. So he puts it on as a fundraiser, and you know, it's a good time. It's a good time. So I ran that. I was top 100. We have some fast runners. We have a lot of fast runners in my city. We have a lot of good, solid runners in my city. But wound up going out 8-minute miles. Yeah, and this was totally my plan. I was thinking 7:45 to 8 minutes per mile for the first half, because the first half of the course is up grade. So it's not uphill, but it's up street grade. So it's probably about 1 to 2% uphill. Maybe 3 at most. So I did that. Okay, 1 minute high power effort. Here we go. Okay, this isn't too bad. So I did that, and I hit my pacing perfectly. So it was 8 minutes for the first half, and then 7.5 for the second half. What was really funny though was one of the kids that I regularly work with at the pool. He was in the race, and I saw him before the race. I'm like, okay, I expect a sub 25 out of you. And he goes, oh, I'm gonna go sub 20. I was like, sub 20? I'm a better runner than you are, and there is no way you're going sub 20. Oh, I think I can go sub 20. I was like, all right, go for it, man. Yeah, I passed him right after the first mile, and then after I passed him on the first mile, he wound up speeding back up. So he was doing the whole yo-yo thing, where I passed him, he passed me back. It was about the third time he did that, and then he was done. He didn't do it. He couldn't do it anymore. So I'm just like, dude, we gotta work on your pacing, man. So I asked him about it afterward. I was just like, what happened? Oh, I'm trying to go out with the other high school kids. Wow, you're an idiot. You know how fast those cross-country kids go? Those kids are going like 5-minute miles. They are seriously going like right around 5-minute miles. You're not gonna keep up with those guys. I know how fast you run. I've run with you guys on the track before. So yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, it was a good time. So now we're just settling into another round of training. Because, yeah, I don't have a race. I might have a race in July. I need to talk to my wife about this. I'll probably do it this weekend. Because it'll either be I go down and do Zoot training camp down in San Diego, or I do the Castaic Olympic. So I don't know which one. Lake Castaic is about an hour north. So it's either I do a race or I do training camp. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. All right, 4 minutes sub threshold. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what's going on, those of you that may be new to the channel, especially those that might be on Kick, what is up? My name is The Feral. I do video game streaming at night and triathlon training in the morning. So if you're wondering what on earth am I doing, I'm on a bike. So this is my actual road bike. This is my competition bike. It's nothing glorious. It's a Cannondale CAD 12. It's a 2017 model. So, or 2018 model. I bought it in 2019, and it was the year before. So it's a 2018 model. And it has served me pretty well. So I am a mediocre cyclist, a mediocre runner, and an expert swimmer. So my background is in swimming. I was a high school All-American in the 100 backstroke and 200 freestyle. So in high school. And I was good enough to swim 4 years for Brigham Young University, where I specialized in backstroke and distance freestyle. And I wound up getting civil engineering degree. And then after my 4 years in college, I stopped swimming. And then about 4 years later, I got asked by a good friend of mine to help his son get faster in swimming. So that's when I started doing private coaching. So now I do triathlons and I'm a private coach. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with triathlons. My wife dared me to do my first one because we're talking to a buddy of ours that does triathlons, or did them, and he still did. I don't know if he still does. I don't think he still does. But basically, he started talking about it, and then a week later, my wife and I were in the car driving on a date, and she goes, "Hey, why don't you do one?" I was like, "What?" I'm gonna go arrow on this first one. When we get into the 7 sets, I'm gonna go arrow, not arrow, arrow, not arrow. Okay, 4-minute sub-threshold effort. Here we go. Getting the legs back in shape here. Here we go. So then she dared me to do one, and then I said, one does not simply just do a triathlon, dear. Because I didn't know about sprints, I didn't know about Olympics. I only knew about Ironmans. And they're like 12 and a half hours, and hard, and long, and it involves running an entire marathon. And I was just like, how am I gonna do that? And then I found my first sprint, which was also a reverse sprint, down in Fountain Valley, which is near the beach. And I was like, 5K run. Okay, I can do that. 10 miles on the bike. I can do that. And then a 175-yard swim. That's a fart. It's 175 yards. So I was like, okay, I think I can do that. And I did it, and I loved it. My wife was like, I knew you were gonna like this. So then, I got decently hardcore into it. 2020, I did a lot of training, obviously. I actually had a race. Los Alamitos was 2 days before the world shut down. Fun fact. But, gotta get my cadence up a little bit. Don't want to be stuck at 80. So yeah, and then I trained up for my first half in the end of 2020. The Long Beach guys were like, hey, let's just do a small race. We only got like 20 spots. Who wants to do it? I was like, shoot, I'm in. So I did it. And what was funny about that race is that I wound up being reunited with an old with an old frenemy of mine back when I swam. His name is Tim. I used to swim against this guy all the time in club meets, high-end high school meets. We were always racing against each other. So he comes up to me and goes, hey, did you swim for the Claremont Club? I was like, well, wait, what? who the heck knows that? And he goes, oh, no, it's Tim. I was like, dude, no way. No way. That's awesome. Yeah, he annihilated me. He was very good at triathlons. I was not. He's like, dude, this guy's gonna own the swim. Like, dude, I have 3 kids now. I have 3 kids. I'm 10 years removed from those glory days. I'll still go fast, but but it was really nice. It was really cool to have an old competitor friend of mine totally, talk you up in front of other people he knows, because he obviously knew a bunch of people there. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good race. I literally cried at the finish line of that half Ironman. So I'm like, I did it! I freaking did it! I was like, I am so dead. I am so tired, but I did it. So yeah, your first half, you never forget your first half. I haven't done a full yet. One of these days, one of these years, I will train up and do a full. My thing is, right now, I can't train for it. I don't have the time, and I don't really have hundreds of dollars for a race ticket for a full Ironman event. If I do one, I might do one of the T100s. I might do a T100. Because I think if I do a T100, because that's kind of that's like just under a full Ironman and it's 30 kilometers longer than a half Ironman. So it's like midpoint. Because I think the full Ironman's like 120. T100, it's a 100-kilometer race. I think that would be something that would be a lot easier for me. Man, my right knee really needs to get back in shape. I have this weird thing with my right knee where like it just feels like there's a lot of pressure in it. And like I know 2 of my siblings, or at least 2, possibly 3, have really bad knees. So I'm just kind of crap. I got to keep my knees in shape or else I'm going to have that too. And then if I have that too, I'm toast. I'm like absolutely toast. I won't be able to run anymore. But basically when I really get into run training, I have to take it easy or else my knees just get obliterated. Yeah, this is called lactate flushing. So I'm also proud to be a member of Team Zoot. You see the big flag right behind me? And all my gear is Team Zoot gear, or Zoot sports gear. Been with Zoot this is my 4th year with Zoot. I love working with them. I do a swimming technique live stream. So next episode is going to be on Wednesday. I'm going to talk about catch. Here we go. 10-second surge. Down and arrow. Right. There we go. Yeah, I'll do another FTP test after these 3 weeks. All right, so quick explanation on how this whole program works. So I'm riding on my bike. My bike is hooked into a trainer, and this is the big black box my back wheel is on. So the model's a TACX Flux or Flux S. Yeah, my right knee is starting to just love me. So I'm pretty excited. Just got our Team Zoot Rudy Project sunglasses. Oh yeah, we're cycling now, baby. I've always wondered about these large face shield glasses. This is more of a cycling style. These actually stay on my face pretty good. So yeah, this is a special collaboration between Zoot and Rudy Project. Pretty happy with those. Okay, knee's starting to calm down again. Ugh. So I do. Oh, so anyway, so I'm sorry, I got totally distracted by. Ow. Yeah, I can't be an arrow right now. I gotta just ease off on that knee angle, that hip angle. All right. Just need to get through this workout today. Just do it however I can. So, so the trainer is wirelessly Bluetooth connected to my computer, and so typically I have a heart rate monitor on too. So you see heart rate in the upper bar, and I usually have a heart rate sensor that tracks my heart rate. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to totally pound out my right leg when I'm done. I should have been working on that before loosening that up. So, so then you see just below my avatar, so just right about down there, that's my workout. So this is very similar. If you've ever been to a gym and you've looked at, the life cycles, they have their little programmed workouts within them. That's basically what this is, except I'm using my real bike instead of a fake virtual bike. But I recently upgraded my trainer last year, and so I went from what's called a dumb trainer to a smart trainer. So the dumb trainer doesn't have what's called erg mode on it. However, it had a sensor, and it would transmit basic information to my computer. All right, here we go, 10 seconds. Nine, 10. Usually I can get my knee to pop, and that'll release all the pressure that's in it. But, so this trainer has what's called erg mode on it. So it'll release and add tension and add resistance to help me get to the desired wattage. So power on bikes is measured in watts, and that's an actual measurement of work. I used to know all the relationships. It's been too long since I took dynamics. But basically, the computer puts the trainer in the right position for me to hit the right watts. And I vary within a watt or two. And the trainer is adjusting the resistance. So if I pedal faster, it'll loosen the resistance. If I pedal slower, it'll increase the resistance. So it's up to me to make sure I'm getting my cadence right. Oh man. Man, my right quad is starting to hurt. Thankfully, I got some good tools to help me recover after these workouts. We'll be definitely using my Theragun today on my quad. So my wife's going to Disneyland today with my middle daughter, celebrating her birthday. Pretty excited. It's gonna be a good time. I went to Disney World over the weekend. Just up and went with my mom and my two sisters. We got invited for the Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Hold on. Sorry. Had an itchy bum. Come on. Come on. Paddle, 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 paddle. So yeah, I got to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure with about another less than 500, about 500 to 1,000 people. Whew. All right, just about done with round 2 here. Because it's like 157, that's not that many watts, but I am not in shape for this. I just need to keep moving. That's the whole name of the game today. Keep the legs moving. Just got to get back into this. The first couple workouts are always the hardest when you get back into training. Big shout out to the 8-Bit Drummer. He's a great guy. I haven't watched his streams for a while, but he's a fun guy to watch. If you're on Twitch, go follow 8-Bit Drummer. He's a very, very good person. Alright, got less than 30 seconds here and another 10-minute burst. We'll have 5 more left. Okay, 10 seconds. Number 3. See, because one of the things that you learn when you train is what pain you can work through, what pain you should stop. Because there's certain times I've been in a workout, and if it's pain accompanied with somewhat nausea, like if my head's just really, I'm just losing my brain, I stop. There's certain workouts I have stopped in the past. I try to push through as many workouts as I can and just get through it. But certain times where it's like, nope, can't do it. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I refilled the water yesterday. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, have a good time. Love ya. Bye. Have a good day. Nope, just the bike today. All right, bye, sweetie. I don't know if my dog's noticed me yet. So yeah, that's another thing. We got a dog. Got an Australian Shepherd puppy. He's been fun. It's been interesting. Keep moving. So, some of you may be tuning in and saying, wait, this isn't Zwift. You would be correct. This is Woosh. My Woosh. This is mainly developed in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. This uses Unreal 5. And basically, this is a free alternative to Zwift. They have a lot of money backing them, so they don't need to charge subscription fees. They do have a subscription option, but basically you only do that if you're like hardcore into racing, because you can actually win money from racing on this platform. I have no chance. I have no chance of earning any money from racing on this platform, so I don't even care. But basically, this is a free alternative to Zwift. And Zwift has upped their prices to like $20 a month. It was like, good golly. Yeah, I made the right call. I made the right call to shift over to Woosh. So, you know, it's got basically all the functionality of Zwift. And I kind of like the UI, user interface, a little bit better, because it's a lot easier to schedule workouts and training plans and stuff. All right, 3 done, 4 left. Basically, I just use this thing for workouts, that's it. I don't do any social stuff, I don't do any racing. So it's like, you know what? This is all I need, and it's great, and it works. I've only had a couple small issues. 10 seconds here. All right, working on number 4. So on the night schedule, been shifting over to Dragon's Dogma 2. No, Dragon's Dogma, the first one. And also doing Final Fantasy 14. So I do Dragon's Dogma Monday and Tuesday. Final Fantasy 14 the rest of the week. So, getting back into 14, with Dawn Trail coming up. Finally got my second character up to level 90. Got a warrior and white mage. All the way up to 90. I think we're going to be working on machinist. Which is nice, because I don't have to think. The warrior, you got to think a little bit. White mage, you got to think a lot. But we're going to spend one night a week grinding out tomestones, work on getting my warrior gear up, because I'm basically maxed on white mage, but I got to start working on cranking out warrior gear. Okay. 3 more rounds. Up. My dog's barking. Thankfully, his bark isn't like a loud, piercing bark, and he doesn't go crazy. He'll yip and bark, but not like incessantly crazy. All right, here we go. Another 10 seconds. Slowing on down. Yeah, those first couple rounds were a little rough. These ones are getting much easier. Wicka, wicka, wicka. I remember playing Paperboy on an Apple II GS. My parents bought it for us. I play that game all the time. All right, 2.5 left. 2.5 left. It's sad that there's no Paperboy routes anymore for little boys. That is one job that have definitely gone away. All you get are older people cruising the street haphazardly at 4 in the morning, chucking papers left and right. Up there's my doggy. Can he see me? Oh, he sees me. Oh, he sees me. All right, 2 more left after this. All right, 10-second burst here. Go. All right. About 15 more minutes. 2 more rounds of 5 minutes. A 5-minute cold game. Those of you that are wondering, yes, I'm just drinking water today. I need to bring a supply of noon out here into the garage. according to my watch, I'm only at 93 heart rate, which is lower than I probably should be, but my legs are dying, so I'm okay with this. Wrist-based heart rate is kind of the more inaccurate of the heart rate monitors. The chest straps are more accurate, so I typically use a chest strap, but mine's inside and I forgot to grab it this morning. Okay, got 2 more. All right, halfway through this one. Keep it together. Keep that cadence in the high 80s. Just gotta keep rolling. So yeah, last night on Dragon's Dogma, I wandered through a large dungeon, defeated a couple ogres. I will admit it's mostly my pawns doing the work. I don't care. It's like, hey, I'm enjoying the game I want to. Nice and easy. It's not my fault I have powerful friends. Am I only at 20 FPS? Ouch. Kind of makes sense. All right. One more round at 10, one more 10-second burst. Just got to get through these last 5 seconds. And then I'll be back on the bike on Thursday for the next workout. Gotta make sure that's all set up right. Alright, here we go. 10-second burst. Okay. Back for 5 more minutes. And then loosen down, and then we're done. This is just starting to fatigue the legs. My cardio's fine. My legs are just starting to fatigue. Which I'm perfectly okay with. I sit for most of the day anyway, so I rest and relax. I really need to get back into these training sessions though. I really need to get back into it. Like, I don't mind the FPS goes down to 2. As long as it keeps sending the right information to my trainer, that's all I care about. I also do have the graphics on, like, ultra high setting. I might want to tone those down a little bit. See if that gives me a good bump in the FPS. Whatever, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, 2 minutes left. Ooh. I'm gonna have to visit the loo when I'm done with this. Good golly. Got a pucker factor of 10 going on right here. Power through. Another minute and a half. It's got another minute and a half. We've gone 16 miles. We've only climbed 3 meters. Burned about 500 calories, which is good. 500 calories is about my target for workouts. Because I don't remember the exact science on this, but if you burn about 500 calories in a workout right after you wake up, it really, really jumpstarts your metabolism for the rest of the day. Helps you burn way more calories during the entire rest of the day. I don't know the exact science behind it, but that's the general idea. So, if you're going to work out, it's more advantageous to work out earlier in the morning. Because if you do that, you'll jumpstart your metabolism, lose more weight by burning more calories. All right, we got 30 seconds left. Just got to get to that finish line. And a nice 5-minute loosen down. Gonna pass this fool. Eat it, hoser. Out of my way, boy. Out of my way, fat boy. All right, there we go. Oh boy. Boy, am I really going to be doing a lot of Theragun after this. Whew! Yeah, my keister is not used to sitting on this seat for an hour. Speaking of saddles, it's pretty interesting. I've been looking at some, I've seen some articles. Apparently, they're kind of figuring out for ladies that long cycling is actually damaging for the chucha area. I mean, like, they've always known for the men that it's potentially damaging for the boing functionality of the man unit. But apparently, cycling can be just as potentially harmful to the lady chucha. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously. I mean, they don't call it, I mean, they always kind of euphemize it. They call it the soft tissues. It's basically the outer chucha. They're like, yeah, You gotta be careful with that area, ladies. Like, yep. Make sure you get a good bike fit. Make sure you're using the right saddle. Like, there are women-specific and men-specific saddles. I only pretend to understand these things. Okay, less than 2 minutes left. All right, almost 1 minute left. Whew, full hour on the trainer. Ooh yeah, feeling good for now. We'll see what happens when I start walking off the trainer. Done. Quick stretch in here. Not too bad. Stretching out the calf and the hamstring just a little bit here. Yeah, that first sitting down after you've done a workout, it's always like, ugh, youch. Not too bad. Let's see here. We got okay, we got 36 miler, 30. I always like to see if there's anyone that's doing anything like psycho crazy. Yeah, there's 36 miler. Let's see what's... All right. End ride. Back on the bike. Upload. 18 miles. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Yeah, I've been uploading rides on Strava all the time. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Okay, good. Wednesdays are the break days. Good. What? Ah. Now that's strange. That's kind of weird. Wow, that's a glitch. Oh boy, that's pretty funny. Okay. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All right. All right, folks. Well, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Those of you that did, hope you like. If you like what you see here, please hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back tonight playing more Dragon's Dogma 2. Hopefully I don't pass out. It's been rough the past couple of nights. But anyway, join the Discord, link in the description below. Hit the like button. Do all the things. So until later, my friends, good night, as Aeonors. Oh, wherever you are, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.